Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel, to a Magic Time Wine channel. I'm your host Thomas, back to you live once again with a little wine review. Now we're going to switch up the program a little bit. I've been doing a few videos about more budget-friendly wines, but we're going to do a collector's series of collector wines for everyone, so you can get some tasting notes and some insight into some of the more expensive and exclusive wines found not only around the Napa Valley, but around the world. Today, we are going to talk about this beautiful Cabernet, the 2014 Schrader Beckstoffer Kalon Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon. And Schrader is a beautiful producer of boutique Cabernet Sauvignon coming from some of the best vineyards in Napa Valley and produced by Fred and Carol Schrader and their winemaker, very talented guy, Thomas Rivers Brown, very well kind of cult wine producer here in the Napa Valley that produces some of the best wines in Napa. Thomas Rivers Brown, TRB is what we refer to him to here in Napa amongst the wine professionals. And let's go ahead and pour some. I had admittedly opened this up yesterday, and it was one of the most spectacular Cabernets here in Napa Valley that I've had for quite some time. And so I left about a third of the bottle back behind so I could do a comprehensive review of what the tasting profile is of it. It is Clone 4 Cabernet Sauvignon, is the clonal selection of Cabernet, and the wine was aged in 75% new Darnajou French oak and 25% new Taranceau French oak. Those are the coopers, the French cooperage that Mr. Thomas Rivers Brown decided to use for this wine. And we will get right into it. Super jet black, beautiful dark color, not transparent at all, and it's a 14 vintage, so it has 6 years of age on it, but the color is holding up immaculately, and it's very dense colored Cabernet, not fading too much around the meniscus, the rim of the glass. Beautiful aromas of black currant, cassis, like a cassis liqueur. Kind of like this pencil lead, like pencil shavings, a little bit of like anise or anise. Just beautiful, round, voluptuous fruit tones in this wine. There's a tiny bit of the barrel thing going on here and a little tiny bit of like an organic earth component in the background, but more a purity of black, rich blackberries and blackcurrants and delicious dark fruit tones. Kind of like a cedar wood, like a freshly glazed plank of cedar. Kind of a really neat little background of that going on as well. Very complex, very beautiful bouquet on the nose. I think where To Kalon will excel is more on the palate for this wine. This has got an incredible bouquet, but it's very dark and kind of dark complexion with the fruit tones. But the palate on this wine, let's talk about that. So first things first, texture. This is mouth-coating, round, rich, voluptuous Oakville to the T Cabernet. By that I mean Oakville as an appellation is known for producing these ripe, beautiful, opulent Cabernets that have texture and volume on the palate and kind of take over your mouth. Very mouth-coating wine. Rich flavors of, once again, cassis, creme de cassis, blackberry, kind of a blackberry liqueur. Wow, long, extended finish, finishing like a raspberry, black chocolate truffle note. A little bit of like this licorice, kind of creme, like creamy finish on it. And the palate soars on for days. I mean, super long finish, very ripe, very voluptuous, rich Cabernet. Some of the To Kalon fruit that I've had has been a little bit less full and rich and a little bit more purity on the red fruit side. This is definitely dark and rich and powerful Cabernet. Did I open it too early, the 14 vintage? I don't know. I think it's at a really beautiful spot right now. Could the wine become a little bit more silky and and more complex over time? Sure. But right now, I think it's absolutely scintillating, beautiful Cabernet. No surprise that Mr. James Suckling, formerly of the Wine Spectator and now on his own doing jamessuckling.com, gave it 99 points. It's nearly flawless wine. You can't imagine a Cabernet being made here in Napa Valley that could be quite as good as this or even better than this. I mean, it's nearly flawless. I'd probably be in the same ballpark if I was to give it like on a 100-point score, 99 to 100 points. This wine is absolutely breathtaking. It's expensive. I'm sure this is like $400, $450. It was gifted to me by someone very special. Would I pay that amount of money? Sure. If I had the amount of cash to be able to throw into a collector bottle of wine that you could be for sure would be world class, this is worth every penny of that. Absolutely scintillating, beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon. Can't say enough about the Schrader Cellars 2014 Beckstoffer Kalon Cabernet Sauvignon. With that, thank you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reviews like this and other topics. If you have something you'd like me to review or a wine you'd like me to get my hands on and talk about, leave it below in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.